Welcome to the MoneyWise Channel. On this channel, we're going to talk about inspirational events and a lot of other great money things, Just always remember, success goes to the person that holds on after everybody else has let go. Success goes to the person that holds on after everybody else have let go. I'm going to be giving my reaction today on something that I've seen. Hopefully it inspires you to be great or to push through whatever you're going through to get to your ultimate goal. Today we will be speaking of a person by the name of Kylie Jenner. The interview that I saw was Kylie Jenner's interview on life and making millions on social media. Kylie Jenner's interview on life and making millions on social media. Before we get deep into it, I'd like to give a little background on a person. So her real name is Kylie Christian Jenner. That's Kylie Christian Jenner. A lot of K's in this family. She was born August 10th, 1997 in Los Angeles. She's a media personality, socialite, model, businesswoman. She's a representative or an ambassador of makeup companies, clothes. She's a stylist. A lot of great things that she does. Her dad's name is Bruce Jenner. He was an Olympic gold medalist, or for those that know, he kind of changed his name to Caitlyn Marie Jenner. He did this around April 2015. He came out as a trans on a woman's name called Diana Sawyer show, and he came out and let people know he kind of transitioned into a woman. So his name was Bruce Jenner, but now it's Caitlyn Jenner, and well, that's her dad. And I know she loves him very much. Now, her respectfully, her natural mother is Kris Jenner. The one that carried her for 8-9 months is Kris Jenner, and she's a talented manager. She's a socialite also, and a great businesswoman. She's taken all the Kardashians, all her daughters, and all her son to a very high level of money and finance. She's just very intelligent at what she does, very smart and on the ball when it comes to business. And on the MoneyWise channel, we love to talk about people that know how to do business. She has sisters Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Kendall, her brother Rob, and I believe on the Jenner side she has a half brother too. So so she got a pretty big family. She went to the Sierra Canyon School, and she was a cheerleader for a while. Kylie was. And then around 2007, she started on the show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So they basically took her out of school, and she did homeschooling after that point. Being on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which she started at the age of 10, she started to make $500,000 per episode. So at age 10 on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she was making around $500,000 per episode at age 10. And to my understanding, that they have about 158 episodes. So, that's a lot of money. You can do the math yourself. But definitely a multi-millionaire very early in her age, So that's pretty good. And that's just with working with her family. 158 episodes, 500,000 per episode at age 10. And moving on from there, she was able to have money to do other things. And she always wanted to try to find her own way from under Kim and all that. She was always trying to, because Kim's celebrity was so huge that she was always trying to figure out how can she find her way out. So she started with her sister Kendall, and what they did is they did a collaboration with a company called Paxson. When they did this deal with Paxson, it was just to basically show off clothes and try to do some modeling, and they kept doing that, and they started with that, which was a very small deal, and that grew, and that was in 2013. Let's say around 2015, her and Kendall, they did a collab with another company called Topshop, which was more of a summer wardrobe, and this brought them $2 million each. So this was a great one for her and Kendall together. That brought them about $2 million each. Then they debuted their own line, which showed their own styles that they really liked themselves, and they called it the Kendall and Kylie line. And this one did very well because it ended up in all the high-end stores like Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, Saks, and all them type of ones. And so this one did very well, and they made millions of dollars with that. So after that, Kylie decided she wanted to do her own show on E, and they tried it out. It went for about 8 episodes because she just did very well with the other stuff, with the Kendall and Kylie high-end store movement. So she said, let me do my own show besides the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But when she did her own show, after about 8 episodes, it just fizzled out. It just didn't work. So that kind of threw her off a little bit. It's like, oh man, that didn't work. But she got back to work and she became a brand ambassador with Puma. And Puma gave her $1 million. The first ones did okay, but the second version with the little circles on it, that was a little more embroidered, a little more pushed up in the front. Those did way better. She made millions with that. And in all this, she started to notice, even though the show failed, she knew that her social networks was picking up, her Twitter, her IG, more people was paying attention to that. So she started to concentrate on that more than she ever did before. And she started to do her little ads with people like secretcloset.net, local jewelry, it was Fit Tea, Sugar Bear hair vitamins, Nip and Fab. Now she worked with this company called Nip and Fab, and this was a UK company. Now this company is a little different because they came in with a lot more money, pushed it a little harder, and she was able to use that money even more to build her up. So she kept growing and growing, and with that, so Nip and Fab was one of her big deals she got in with. She started doing big ads with them. And then she worked with a company called Bellamy Hair Extensions. Now, when she first worked with them, it was moving real good, but it's more about her wanting to use the product. She liked the product, so since she liked the product so much, she worked the deal with them. But then she actually did this great partnership with them, and she named her own extensions Kylie Hair Couture. Kylie Hair Couture. And that was with the Bellamy Hair Extension Company. And when they came together and they did what they did, boom, it really got going. And this is the hair you also see Caitlyn Jenner wear too. A lot of her sisters and all them wear her hair, that Kylie Couture hair. That did very well, made her millions of dollars. Then she pushed forward because at this point, you see, she just started concentrating on herself. When the show didn't do well, she said, let me start concentrating on things that I just like. So at that point, if she didn't wear it or she didn't really have nothing to do with it, she just got to say, okay, I just need to. She didn't really put that much energy in it. She said, okay, my people on social media, I'm going to rock with that. Forget regular commercials, because she did the big commercials for her TV show and it failed. So she's like, I'm going to just work with social media, the people I talk to, and I'm going to do things I like hair, nails, and stuff like that. Just regular things that she liked. So like I said, she had the Kylie Hair Couture partnership with Bellamy Hair Extensions. Then she did the nail color 16 shades, and she called that the Kylie Sinful Colors. She did that. Then in 2016 also, she noticed that her ads was getting crazy. ADS, her ads, promotional ads were getting crazy. And at that point, Forbes even came in and looked and said, wow, she's basically making $1 million a post. When they averaged out her post through a year, they noticed that she was making $1 million a post. That's incredible. Time magazine put her down as the number one social influencer. See, this was questioned at first because they were like, we don't believe that she's that influenceable, but this is what nailed it. Hit the nail on the head, as they say. She got on Snapchat and she didn't really like what she saw because Snapchat had changed some of the fonts or some of the displays or the filters, and she didn't like it. So she just threw up a post just to throw it up and said, does anybody else not like Snapchat no more, or don't open it because of the way it looks? She just did that and moved on with her day. Before they knew it, just that one snap, they Snapchat said they dropped 7.2%, which lost them over $1 billion of promotions and all type of stuff. It fell apart that they had to reach out to her and say, hey, we need to work together, what we could do to make it better. And then she helped out, got back on Snapchat and got them back going so they could get back in position. So that showed people right there that her brand was nothing to play with, because she could just throw something up just nonchalant and crash your whole company. So at that point, she understood that she had that much influence even more. So she said, well, I like apps. I use a lot of apps. I need my own app. Once again, looking at the small things that she like anyway. So she opened up a mobile app for just $2.99. $2.99 a month, where you could just see the things she liked, what she's using. And when she did that, boom, made millions of more dollars. All this stuff is just little things that she liked. So basically, in 2016, Kylie and beyond, Kylie Cosmetics, this is where her big money is, and this is what she basically talked about. She basically put in $250,000 in of her own money, and she just made 50,000 kits because she was trying to talk to people about doing different stuff, and they just wouldn't do the bigger deal she wanted to do as far as her cosmetics. They wanted her to always sponsor theirs or be an ambassador to hers. So she said, I want to do my own thing. So you got to think, after all this work she did, people still wasn't quite doing what she wanted to do. So that's where you got to believe in yourself. You got to do it yourself. And that's what she did. She stepped out and did it herself, put up $250,000 of her own money. She put the money up and she made 50,000 kits, just 50,000 kits. When she made these kits of makeup, she put it out and she said, I'm just going to put it up and see what happens. She put it up and said she went and just laid down. Within 24, before she could go, not 24, let me clear that. She's put it up and she went and laid down or whatever. Before she could refresh to check it again and see if the post, everything was cool, whatever, she had already sold out all 50,000 kits. All 50,000 was gone. Sold out before she could refresh it. So what she did is she put more money in and said, let's redo it again, relaunched, and then within 24 hours she sold out 500,000 kits. Now this is what she did different, where she was able to shake up everybody, because she was able to go and build her stuff off Shopify. And when she did it with Shopify, and then she did her promotion on her Instagram to her millions and millions of people, that cut out a lot of people. So that's why her net worth was able to respectfully go to a quick level of finance, because she had less employees. So what she did was use Shopify to move it around. Her promotion was her social networks, and she used a company that's in California, also connected to a company in China where they made everything. So she didn't have to really do anything. That freed her up. And when it was all said and done, her net value, last time I checked, when I looked, was at $900 million. There was a little controversy there for a minute about was she a billionaire or not a billionaire, but let's just say she's going to be a billionaire. She'll cross that line when she crosses it, but right now they said she's got $900 million, and that's a lot coming from her just staying focused on what she was doing. She made majority of her money by herself. Yes, she made money with her family, but let's be clear, she made a lot more money by herself with the Kylie Cosmetics. So, she also has a daughter by the rapper and musical super producer named Travis Scott. So we just want to again congratulate her on her daughter, on her great life, and keep doing business, and that's what it's about in the MoneyWise channel, man. We all just got to stay excited about life. We'll be dropping more videos to inspire. Faith without works is dead. Remember, keep your eyes out for the small things as you're doing the big things. Remember, even though she's with her family, she found her own way. She found things that work for her, that she liked to do. You got to find out what works for you. What do you like to do? That's where your money is. Got to be wise about it. Keep your eyes out for the small things as you're doing the big things. Like and subscribe to this MoneyWise channel for more wisdom. And remember, the plans may change, but the goals stay the same. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Yep.